Hello, Hoopla World! Welcome to my third session of Getting Social with Sarah. We are celebrating Bring the Hoopla's 10-year anniversary this month, all month long. This week, I have two very special guests. We have the two of the owners of Celebrate Shelton, Jimmy Tickey and Michael Skrtic.
Hey, everyone.
Hi, Sarah.
Hi, thank you guys so much for joining me. I think it would only be appropriate to start off. Could one of you give us a little background on what Celebrate Shelton is, what it does, and maybe even how it formed?
Good question. You want to break that up, Jimmy? You want to do what we are, how it does, and I'll talk about how we started?
Yes. Well, yeah, Michael should definitely talk about how it started, because it really originally was an idea that Michael and Nicole, who, if those don't know, tuning in, is my sister, really had the idea initially. But Celebrate Shelton really has become a place for culture and music and the arts, particularly in Shelton and in downtown Shelton. We provide the summer concert series every summer for the last 7 years. Last year was difficult for all of us, and we managed to put together a virtual concert, but we are looking forward to this summer being back to in-person concerts at the Veterans Memorial Park. They'll be in late July and August, starting on July 23rd. So we provide those sorts of opportunities for families to come together, be together downtown. We usually have food trucks and a beer garden, live music, and it's just been a wonderful opportunity to really create something in downtown Shelton and to celebrate the arts and music while also supporting small businesses. But it all started really with my sister and Michael, who had the initial idea.
Yeah, that was 7 years ago now this year.
Wow.
Right when Bring the Hoopla moved into 415 Howe Ave in downtown Shelton, you were opening up the hoop shop right next door to my studio. I have the glass stained glass studio, and we were both in that building, and you guys got set up. You set up this awesome hoop shop, and you had a great space to kind of work and create in. And Nicole and I really reconnected at that point we went to high school together. We both grew up in Shelton, and
Wow.
we had this cool idea to maybe do something. And we started off pretty quickly. It was like a whirlwind of starting an indoor. We did a downtown handmade market, which we did throughout the hallways of the lower level of the building. And we kicked that off. I think, when did you move in? September that year? You opened the hoop shop?
Yeah. That sounds about right. Yeah,
yeah,
it sounds about right.
It was fast. And then come the weekend of Thanksgiving, we started our first handmade market. And then, I looked at Nicole one day. I'm like, we should just do a tree lighting. Or she might have looked at me, I'm not sure. And then we added like 6 more handmade markets, the community tree lighting, and it just kind of just evolved from there. The next year is when we did our first Downtown Sounds summer concert series the following year, and we just strategically grew with what we thought we could add to the community with our skill sets and the things that really interested us at the time.
That is so wonderful. Thank you for sharing that information.
And then, of course, I'll add also Jimmy joined in pretty quickly during that time as well. It was a very short time.
All the ingredients were really there, and especially with the small businesses and providing people with the opportunity to shop small and shop local. And convening people in a place where, and it was good timing being in the fall. So heading into that holiday season where we really created these markets, and we were doing markets every month, first Saturday of every month. And we knew that this was an opportunity, and this was a gap that just hadn't been filled yet in really emphasizing shopping local, supporting small businesses. It was a help to the businesses. People oftentimes want to shop local. You just need to help them, right? We all can think of a website where you can click and get your products in 2 days. And we really wanted to think about what are ways in which we can get products or services that are local and unique. And that has stayed with us. Though we don't have the markets monthly anymore, even at our summer concert series, which people can experience this summer, we still incorporate, those small businesses and those vendors so that people are really still getting where we started, which was, emphasizing small businesses.
Right.
Absolutely. Thank you guys so much. Yeah. So anyone's not familiar, all these events were happening in Shelton, Connecticut, which is where the name of the business comes from, Celebrate Shelton. And it really did invigorate the area and bring an entire community together. And they have continued to do that over these years. And truly, I've been part of so many of these events and they are beautiful. And I think everyone's ever attended one can say that they are really a special environment too, and something definitely to be part of. I also thought it might be important to introduce kind of who you guys are. Now, I know you guys, we've worked together for quite a few years, but you guys have, in an individual standpoint, have such rich backgrounds yourselves. So I'd love you guys to take a moment to give the people a little information on what you do, who you are, and what you're passionate about.
I'll go first, Jimmy.
Michael, take the floor.
I'll take the floor. So I born and raised in Shelton, and I started working for the studio that I currently own now right when I was in high school, about 15 years old. I started working for the Glass Source, which is a stained glass studio that at that time focused on repairs and designs. And I knew pretty quickly that would be my focus, an art field of some sort. I wasn't sure what at that point in my life until I started working at the studio. I knew I wanted to take that over pretty quickly, and I was able to do that at 22. I bought the studio from the previous owner, and we've just grown it over the years. So I've always been really, really focused on building community, but until we started Celebrate Shelton, I didn't really have the great avenues to really allow that to flourish like we do with Celebrate. So the studio now has grown. We are the oldest studio, stained glass studio, for restoration design in Connecticut. It's over 50 years old now. And I really focus on our learning center. We've added integrated learning center over the past 20 years. Now we're teaching, even now during these times, I have 70 plus students a week. We teach 6 days a week, and then special events or private sessions on Sundays. We keep a big gallery. And of course, our clients' work, our restoration, church work, preservation work, a lot of work with universities and just private residences. That has really been a big focus. Now, after last year, through quarantine, everybody's at home and looking at their windows and choosing to make some stained glass for them, which is great. Spreading it around.
Beautiful. I did not know you guys had the oldest studio in the state, but I will say definitely they are worth checking out their classes if you are a beginner or a complete proficient in stained glass. They have something for everybody, and it is a wonderful environment. They have expanded so much there. You are now in Seymour, Connecticut.
Yes, yeah, we moved to Seymour 4 years ago, and Nicole has urged me over the years. She's like, "Why don't you do kids classes?" And this will be our first year, thanks to Nicole's urging over the years, that we are adding children's programming as well for the summer at the studio.
That is so wonderful. And they also expanded recently. They have taken out even a bigger space. They have plants. They have wonderful gift items. So it is definitely a place to check out. Even if you're still hesitant about jumping right in, you can test your toes in the water by going and enjoying just the atmosphere. It's such a beautiful gallery as well as a studio.
That's right. Thank you, Sarah.
No problem. Oh, it's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. I was in the other day. It's gorgeous. Jimmy, why don't you tell us a little bit about you? I know you do so many things, but tell us a little bit about you and where you're at right now.
Well, thank you. Well, I am born and raised in Shelton, and so growing up, I started a business when I was in high school. And of course, when you're 13 and you start a business, you name it Jimmy's World. And so I, did website design and online marketing, and all I really wanted to do was somehow to go into business and help other businesses and, maybe sell Beanie Babies or something. And as I went through, college, I found my way to government. I worked for our Congressman Himes, and have really worked in government these last few years in positions where we, really do try to help people. And in this current role, oversee the Congressman's Connecticut operations, and he represents a part of Shelton. Shelton is shared by both Congressman Himes and Congresswoman DeLauro. And that has been a very fulfilling professional experience. But for me, it's about still being connected to the community. And so I've been, very involved in the United Way, chairing their community campaign for many years, and some other nonprofits that, really are close to my heart in the Valley. And that's important to me. I will always continue that level of engagement and volunteering, because I see the difference it makes. And to see what Celebrate Shelton has done in these last couple of years, it's not the health and human service needs, but it is the needs that we have for arts and music and togetherness and emphasis on small businesses. And so it's been fulfilling, and I know with Michael and my sister, to do that kind of work. And we're all coming out of a time, that's been challenging, but we're so excited about the summer and the summer concert series and other,
Definitely.
we really were just growing year to year to year. And so we feel like we are ready, and I think everyone else will be ready to really gather together again, this summer. And so I still live in Shelton, and I'm involved, here in town, and really I find the work with Celebrate Shelton to be important, because I remember growing up, there wasn't much to do. A young person didn't feel there was much to do in Shelton. Shelton looked different even a couple of years ago, but there just wasn't a lot of activities or places to go. And I think we've really worked hard to make downtown a destination we can be proud of. And because of the events that we've helped put together, it's gotten more people to come to downtown, to have more foot traffic, because all that has a multiplier effect. We want to see a vibrant downtown that's got great small businesses and cafes and music. And so if we can be a part of that, that's a success.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Jimmy. Yes, Jimmy is so grassroots. He works so hard for these nonprofits, and is always putting his heart and soul into so much. His hands are in everything. He is such a wonderful part of the Shelton community. And as a lifelong Shelton resident, like, everyone should be so proud to have him, because he really works so hard for all of us. And it's such a pleasure to know him. He's so intelligent. I do want to talk, I know you guys kind of tiptoed around it, but I want to dive right in. I want to talk a lot about what we have coming for this year, because events are back. You guys throw some of those wonderful events down in downtown Shelton, and tell the people, please, what you have upcoming, so they can get ready, get their tickets, and get ready for what's going on.
Michael, I'll start. You can fill in the details.
Okay.
Here's what we know. We're all reemerging slowly and safely. Being safe is our first priority. And so people can, stay tuned and Celebrate Shelton on Facebook or celebrateshelton.com. But with every passing day and week, we seem to be in a good and safer place in Connecticut. And so we are looking forward to in-person concerts this summer, Veterans Memorial Park, 3 Fridays, July 23rd, July 30th, and August 6th. And in the past, we've had food trucks, beer garden, kids activities, a kids hour, live music from really sought after local and regional bands, national bands. And so that's the vision. And we're going to do as much as that as we can do safely, with the news today from the state in more restrictions being lifted as people are being safe and we're reemerging. We're going to consider safety to be number one, but it does appear that we are really going to be able to gather again this summer, consistent with what other music festivals and what all the guidelines will allow. So we are just so excited. I think this has the potential to be the best year ever. We all need to be together and sharing live music. And we've gotten just great feedback, and people have been asking, and we really think that we know it's going to happen, this summer. And we're putting all the final details together as we continue to get some really good news about restrictions being lifted and people being able to gather again.
Yeah, definitely. I think we were, earlier in the year with anyone doing events, we were really tentative and waiting and seeing and taking it slowly and really trying to reinvent at the beginning how we would do an in-person event safely for the public while following all CDC guidelines and local guidelines within the state. And that news today is really hopeful for sure that we can gather in a more normal way, something closer to what we're used to. And we're still going to take those things really seriously with our infrastructure and our safety measures and protocols going forward. And things will change day by day, but we're thrilled that it's going to be happening, our Downtown Sound Summer Concert Series. And maybe we'll pepper in a few other things this year. We're working on some ideas. We'll, of course, have our community tree lighting in December, as usual. That was great last year. It was a very different event. That happened in a different way, but I think the community loved it. And yeah, what Jimmy said, I think we're ready to get out there and move forward, slowly.
Absolutely. Well, thank you guys so much for joining me today. I am personally very excited, and I know our viewers are very excited for events to come back and for your lovely events at Downtown Shelton. Can you guys just give me some links on where people can find you, and where they can get in touch with these events that are upcoming, and your personal stuff as well?
Absolutely. Well, hey, call me anytime. Celebrate Shelton. So check out Celebrate Shelton on Facebook. Celebrate Shelton is on Instagram. Celebrate Shelton is on Twitter. CelebrateShelton.com is our website. And everything will be updated in the coming weeks as we continue to get all this good news from the state. We are moving forward with our concert starting July 23rd. So mark it on your calendar, July 23rd, July 30th, and August 6th. And really check us out on social media. We're going to be doing a lot of videos on Facebook over these coming weeks to talk about the summer concert series and what to expect. And we'd love it if everybody can follow us.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Wonderful. And make sure to check out the Glass Source as well.
Yes.
Thank you guys so much for joining me on Getting Social with Sarah. Again, check out Celebrate Shelton, check out the Glass Source, check out Jimmy's World. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Thank you everyone for watching. We will be doing a final session of Getting Social with Sarah this Friday. I believe it's 7:00. Don't hold me to it. And have a wonderful week. Happy Monday. And we'll see you soon. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Sarah.
Bye.
Bye.